Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls lacrosse contest between visiting King Philip High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. This is the home opener for Brookline. They had their season opener last Friday against Quincy High School. Came out of that one with a nice win. I believe the score was 10-3. And they're hoping to keep the good vibes going here against another Warrior team in the King Philip Warriors. It's Warriors against Warriors here at Downs. And I could not be happier to be back outside for a new spring season. We got a nice, sunny, relatively warm day here for early spring, though we got a bit of a breeze here. I don't know how much you'll hear on my mic as I do have a windscreen, but you might notice the camera shake from time to time, although I do have a anti-shake camera, so you might not notice the wind at all, but the players will certainly notice it. Now remember, as always, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. This is not the only girls lacrosse game I'm going to be covering this spring, so be sure to stay tuned for more. Subscribing to the channel can help. And of course, if there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to participate in the live chat. If it could be as simple as go Brookline or even go King Philip, regardless of who you're rooting for. We always appreciate the good vibes from fans in the live chat. You know, maybe you want to give a shout out to your favorite player. Maybe you're watching a family member or a friend and you want to give them a shout out in the live chat. That's always a good reason. Maybe you want to let us know where you're tuning in from with these online live streams. People can tune in from all over the world so long as they got Wi-Fi. So it's always cool to find out where people are tuning in from. And then, of course, if you notice any technical difficulties, please let me know. This is my first girls lacrosse game of the new year after getting some new equipment. I'm trying out a new audio interface that should allow me to use 2 mics. So, you know, we might have a post-game interview if the case may be. And that will allow for that. But, you know, if there's anything wrong with the audio, please don't hesitate to speak up in the live chat. And then this is also my first time since I got a new camera back in the winter season. So I, you know, might try some different things with the zoom in and out or something like that. But again, you guys let me know, because, you know, that's one of the things when I look back at some of my previous girls lacrosse streams, I'm like, this probably would have looked better if I was a little more zoomed in. So, you know, if you guys feel like you don't have the best possible view of the action, then I want you to let me know in the live chat. Anything I can do to improve your viewing experience is always good to know. And then, of course, perhaps the most common helpful reason that people can participate in the live chat is if I'm flipping someone's name. You know, it's a new season, new Brookline team, and of course, it's my first time covering King Philip girls lacrosse. So, no matter who you're a fan of, if you notice me butchering the pronunciation of someone's first or last name, I encourage you to let me know in the live chat. I'm not a proud man. I just want to give these young student athletes the best coverage I possibly can, and to me, part of that means getting their names right. And I think that's as good a note as any to transition to reading off the rosters for our 2 teams coming into today. Let's start off going over to our right, and let's take a look at the team in the green jerseys with the yellow jersey numbers, the King Philip High School Warriors. Going in order of jersey number for King Philip, first off, we have a junior, number 1, Alyssa Laguerre. Next, we have a sophomore, number 2, Maggie Sweeney. A junior, number 3, Lily McNulty. A sophomore, number 4, Sammy Cloutier. A senior, number 5, Isla Wablin. A junior, number 7, Sarah Brown. A freshman, number 8, Ashley Whitbread. A sophomore, number 10, Sierra King. A sophomore, number 11, Emily Heslin. A junior, number 12, Nicole McDonald. A freshman, number 13, Lauren Obara. A freshman, number 16, Katie McGann. A sophomore, number 17, Abby McDonald. A junior, number 18, Kelly Holmes. A sophomore, number 19, Mackenzie McDevitt. A senior, number 21, Haley Bright. A junior, number 22, Mara Boldy. A senior, number 23, Emily Campbell. And a sophomore, number 33, Caitlin Parrish. Head coach of the King Philip High School girls lacrosse team is Courtney Wilder, with assistant coaches Caitlin Wilder and Kristen Wilder. So that is the roster for the visitors today, the King Philip Warriors. Now let's head over to our left, and let's take a look at the home team Warriors, the Brookline High Warriors. Once again, going in order of jersey number, starting things off for the 2023 Brookline High Girls Lacrosse Warriors, we have a freshman, number 2, Sylvie Costant Greeley. A sophomore, number 3, Sydney Bueno. A sophomore, number 4, Sasha Harwin. A freshman, number 5, Scarlett Rothstein. A sophomore, number 6, Sophia Liu. A senior, number 7, Julia Janowski. A senior, number 8, Riley Lackey. A senior captain, number 9, Faith Rothstein. A sophomore, number 10, Birdie Hawkins. A senior captain, number 11, Charlotte Smith. A freshman, number 13, Clara Tebow. A freshman, number 14, Priscilla Hill. A sophomore, number 15, Ayla Cohen. A sophomore, number 16, B. Palmer. A sophomore, number 17, Izzy Pace. A junior, number 18, Piper Kelly. A sophomore, number 19, Maggie Tien. A sophomore, number 20, Soo Jin Koo. A junior, number 25, Kaylin Currain. And a junior, number 28, Abby Cooney. Head coach of the Brookline High girls lacrosse team is Juliana Malloy. That is the roster for the hosting. Oh, shoot. Oh, come on. Oh, I had it for a second. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Mike's acting up a bit today. I'm hoping that doesn't cause too much of a problem. But for now, we've got the rosters for our two teams. It is Brookline against King Philip. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan live at Downs Field, and you are watching Brookline High Lacrosse. Hawkins comes across, trying to beat one defender, fires a shot and skips it in. Larson trying to come out the back. Help defense comes. Nice pass to a cutting Tulamari. Stopped by Karain. Tian passes over to a cutting Rothstein, and Rothstein puts it home. Pass goes to Tian. Tian's got plenty of open space. Just going to charge across the middle. Take one last shot, and that's the dagger! All right, we are almost ready to get this game underway. We are slated for a 4 p.m. start. Brookline, of course, has been moving ever forward these past couple of years. A couple years ago, I believe they made the playoffs for the first time in a little while, if I'm not misremembering. And then last year, in their first year under Coach Malloy, after she was promoted from JV coach to varsity coach, they not only made the playoffs, they won their preliminary round matchup against New Bedford to advance to the round of 32. So, you know, it's been a gradual move forward, and this is still a relatively young squad. You know, relatively few seniors on this team. I think they got about 4 seniors, so not as small a senior class as they had last year, as they had 2 seniors on the roster last year. And I believe those were Jada Kelly and Lee Mitchell, who graduated last year. This year, the seniors, Julia Janowski, Riley Lackey, Faith Rothstein, and Charlotte Smith. So a slightly bigger senior class, but still a relatively young and building team. Their ace netminder, Kaylin Karain, a junior, will be coming back next year. And, of course, their leading scorer, Maggie Tian, is only a sophomore. Birdie Hawkins, also a very effective attacker, only a sophomore as well. And Abby Cooney, the team's draw specialist, only a junior. And then plenty of other names that are going to have a chance to make themselves known in this season. There's a lot to be excited about for Brookline High girls lacrosse. And now it's time to get excited for the 2023 season home opener. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Downs Field for this high school varsity girls lacrosse matchup between Brookline and King Philip. And remember, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I got a couple more games on the docket this week. As Thursday, I'm going to be back here at Downs. I believe Brookline is playing Wellesley that day. And then Saturday morning, I'm going to be back here at Downs again for a game against the Wolfpack of Boston Latin School. And then I believe next Thursday, the team is going to be back here at Downs again to face Weymouth. I'll have all 3 of those games live on this channel, so again, be sure to subscribe. And of course, if there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. Could be as simple as Go Brookline or Go King Philip, whoever you're rooting for. We always appreciate the good vibes. You know, if there's a specific player you want to shout out, that's always a good reason. You know, might be watching a family member or a friend. You want to show them your support. That's always good. If you want to let us know where you're tuning in from, that's always cool to hear with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world. And if you want to give any comments on the action, that's always fun. And if you notice any technical difficulties, you know, I am working with some relatively new equipment, so if anything goes wrong, I want to know about it. It might not be something I notice, and it might be something I can fix. So don't hesitate to say something. And then, of course, if you find me butchering the pronunciation of anyone's first or last names, please let me know. And then, of course, if there are any jersey numbers missing on the roster that I've been given, if you happen to know who they are, I encourage you to please let me know. I've seen a couple already for Brookline. I see a number 12 and a number 21. Neither of those jersey numbers are on my roster, so if you see number 12 or number 21 and you recognize who that person is, please don't hesitate to let me know in the live chat, just so I can give these student athletes the best coverage I possibly can. Looks like Brookline is huddling up, getting ready, and King Philip huddling up on their side. King Philip breaks their huddle and starts to take the field. Their starting netminder is going to be number 23, the senior Emily Campbell. And for Brookline, they break their huddle. And of course, starting between the pipes for Brookline will be number 25, Kaylin Corain. Now, of course, I only had the chance to cover 3 girls lacrosse games for Brookline last season, but I still remember that Newton North game where Brookline came away with a clutch, I believe it was 7-5 win, and I think Kaylin Corain had about 9 saves in that one, a tremendous effort between the pipes, so we know what she's capable of as a netminder, and we know what Brookline is capable of as a group. Like I said, not only made the playoffs, but won their preliminary round matchup against New Bedford. Now here they are with a 1-0 record after a season-opening win against Quincy last Friday. We see number 28, Abby Cooney, lining up for the opening draw for Brookline. I think I see number 19, Mackenzie McDevitt, getting set to take the draw for King Philip. Again, I'm experimenting a little bit with the amount of Zoom, so if you have any feedback, feel free to say so in the live chat. They're set for the opening draw. Here we go. The first game at Downs Field and the first draw control here at Downs in this new season is collected by Charlotte Smith. Smith rushes up, quick pass. And Faith Rothstein sends it to the back to, I believe, Birdie Hawkins. Now sent around the back as Brookline loses the ball temporarily, but it is recovered. And it's sent back up to the top. Now they continue to swing around. Another errant pass, and this one is going to be scooped up by KP. And a foul is going to result in King Philip retaining possession. That is number 10, Sierra King, with the ball. King running with it and gets poked from behind, and they're going to call another foul. And this is number 22, Mara Boldy, running it across midfield for King Philip. Passing it across, now to number 19, McDevitt, now across as they start to work it around. Passed around. Around and around it goes. McDevitt, her defender tripped, and she's trying to take advantage. Passes, and the ball was poked loose, and it looks like they're going to call a foul. That was a big opportunity for King Philip, and they're going to see if they can take advantage. This is number 12, Nicole McDonald, from the free position. After that foul, there's the whistle, the charge in, the shot is in. King Philip first on the board off the free position score from number 12, Nicole McDonald. So that will make it 1-0 in favor of the visitors. Again, just a unfortunate luck for Brookline. A defender completely lost her footing on the turf there. Gave an opening for Mackenzie McDevitt, and when the help defense came, she passed to an open McDonald, who cut across and just barely drew that foul that gave her the free position chance, and she capitalized. Now back in the draw circle, and it's going to be scooped up by KP. This is number 4, Sammy Cloutier. Cloutier, long pass up and then pass in, misses the cutting player, but it bounces past everybody and is scooped up by number 1, Alyssa Laguerre. Laguerre running around with it. Passes up top to Cloutier. Cloutier now over to McDevitt. McDevitt over to McDonald. McDonald cutting across, goes around a pick, and they call a foul on KP. So an illegal pick, I guess, on that play. As now Brookline starting to work their way upfield. Number 3, Sydney Bueno with the ball, passes it back to number 8, Riley Lackey. Now it's sent all the way back to the netminder, Karain. Now they try and work it up. That pass is disrupted, and it's picked up by Laguerre. Good forward pressure by KP. Laguerre running with it, passes to an open McDevitt, who charges in and hits the top of the net for goal number 2. Mackenzie McDevitt with the goal that time off the assist from Alyssa Laguerre. And that makes it 2-0 in favor of King Philip. Got our first note in the live chat from Amra Ukamadu. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Amra. It's nice to see you tuning in. Those of you who follow my live streams, of course, should remember Amra Ukamadu from the girls' soccer season, as she was one of the best offensive players for Brookline these past couple falls. So good to see Brookline student athletes supporting their fellow Warriors teams as Abby Cooney collects that draw, but the pass is off the mark, lost out of bounds, and it's going to go to King Philip. A couple of missed passes early for the Brookline offense, and it's been costing them as King Philip out to an early lead. KP working the ball around in their backfield. This is number 5, Isla Wablin. Wablin throws a pass up, gets away from the target, and it's scooped up by Faith Rothstein. Rothstein now running in transition. Still running with it, still going into the attack end where she's going to slow things down and start to set things up for her teammates. Pass goes up top to Hawkins. And now around the horn. Pass goes to a cutting Abby Cooney, who gets hit and is going to draw a foul. So going to be a free position chance for Cooney. A bit of distance from the net. But still a chance for Brookline. There's the whistle. Cooney charges in, fires a shot, and scores! The first Brookline goal at home this season belongs to Abby Cooney, as she takes advantage of her own free position chance to bring Brookline within 1. So Cooney heads back to the draw circle as she gets set up against Abby McDonald. Draws up in the air, and it's juggled but picked up by Faith Rothstein. Rothstein again, running it into the attack end for Brookline. Surveys and passes it out. Now sent across to Cooney, now along the back. Coming out with it is Maggie Tien. Tien charging, hits a wall, crosses up, still looking around, still looking. Finally passes away. This is Hawkins. Birdie Hawkins spins a couple of times. And I believe they just drew a defensive foul. So now Hawkins out of the free position. Bit of a distance, but she's got a straight on angle. Floats a pass, finds her target, charging in, waiting, and drawing another foul is Maggie Tien. So now Tien with a chance out of the free position. A little bit closer to the net, looks like. Now charging in, waiting, and waited a little too long and launches it high. The sticks came in and hindered her shooting angle, so Tien not able to capitalize on that chance. Hawkins now running with the ball, turns around, still looking around, starts to charge, and a whistle is blown just before Hawkins tried to skip in a shot that was walled off by the netminder Emily Campbell. But Hawkins will have a chance out of the free position. Whistle, Hawkins shoots, saved by Campbell. So a couple of missed chances out of the free position for Brookline. And now KP works in transition themselves. And we've got a foul called, but they're just going to keep running with it. That is Wablin, number 5, who brought it up and into the attack end, and now King Philip sets up to work it around the horn. It's thrown up top to McDevitt, and now over to Cloutier and to Abby McDonald. Around the back, Over to Nicole McDonald. Now to number 1. Rushing across, finds an opening and scores. Alyssa Laguerre. That makes it 3-1 in favor of King Philip. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout called after that one. So 3-1, the early lead for King Philip. Goals scored so far, one by number 12, Nicole McDonald, out of the free position. One by Mackenzie McDevitt, number 19, off the assist from number 1, Alyssa Laguerre. And then it was Laguerre herself who scored goal number 3. For Brookline, the lone score so far, number 28, Abby Cooney, out of the free position. So a rough start for the Warriors. You know, in terms of the possession game, it's actually been fairly even, but Brookline just had a couple of unforced errors and a couple of forced errors. You know, give KP some credit. They've made some nice defensive plays here and there. They had one really nice takeaway on the opposing end, and one really nice save on a free position chance by netminder Emily Campbell. But of course, Brookline's had a couple of possessions where the passes have just missed, and they've lost possession before they can. Okay, it seems like now I've got connection back. Dang it. My deepest apologies about that, folks. I don't know why. I don't know how. That was unpleasant. Now Brookline trying to make an approach, trying to tie this up. Hawkins driving through, walled off by Campbell. Loose ball is somehow scooped up by Cooney. Brookline resets on offense. 3-2 score in favor of KP, and we've got a foul called. Okay, looks like we are back. I deeply apologize. I don't know what happened to my Wi-Fi connection there temporarily, but hopefully that was just temporary. I think we missed a goal in there as that was scored by Birdie Hawkins. Maggie Tian trying to cut through, almost lost the ball, but recovers and resets offensively. Passes it over to Charlotte Smith. Around the horn they go. 14, Priscilla Hill sends it around, and a pass is missed. Scooped up by KP, and a foul is called. King Philip racing it across midfield. Now a pass finds an open McDonald, save by Corain. That was a great chance for Nicole McDonald to try and make something happen, try and build the lead for KP, but a very nice save by Kaylin Corain as that pass almost gets away, but it is recovered and passed back to Corain. Floats one up the middle, and again it gets away from the target. And we've got, this time it was taken away by KP, and a foul is called, and a yellow card is assessed to number 2, Sylvie Costant-Greeley. And so now KP taking over, they'll have a one-player advantage here. As McDonald sends a pass over to Cloutier. Cloutier now sends it into the corner. Cross it goes, and I think we've got a foul out the back. You rarely see fouls called in that area of the field. Pass goes out. To Laguerre, across to Cloutier. Cloutier approaches, walled off. Passes over to McDonald. McDonald trying to cut across, gets walled, turns around, passes it over to Cloutier. Cloutier looking around, passes inside to McDonald. McDonald cuts through and scores. Nicole McDonald with her second goal of the game. And King Philip takes the 4-2 lead over Brookline. So far, scoring-wise, 2 goals by Nicole McDonald for King Philip, the only multi-goal scorer so far. The other 2 scores coming from Mackenzie McDevitt and Alyssa Laguerre for King Philip. And for Brookline, 1 each from Abby Cooney and Birdie Hawkins. Cooney and McDevitt setting up for the draw. As KP took advantage of the yellow card to score on that possession. Draw up in the air, and it's caught by Cloutier. Cloutier running up with it and draws a foul. And we're going to see another yellow card assessed to a Brookline player. This time it is Charlotte Smith. So 2 players now in the box for Brookline. Costant, Greeley, and Smith. McDonald sends the pass out back. And now around the horn they go. Up top, this is Abby McDonald, who draws a foul. Out of the free position, McDonald charges in and skips it in for goal number 5 for King Philip. Number 17, Abby McDonald with the score there. Not to be confused with Nicole McDonald, who has 2 scores. And not to be confused on multiple levels, as they actually spell their last names differently. Nicole's is McDonald, similar to the fast food chain, whereas Abby is MacDonald, M-A-C. Five to 2, King Philip leads Brookline here in the first half. There's no stadium clock, so I don't know how much time is left here in the first half. We'll just, go by the whistle. We've got a draw violation that's going to give the ball to Cooney and Brookline. Cooney running with it. Turns around looking for someone to pass to. Just has to escape the double team. Move with it herself. Around the back. Cooney looking around. Floats one all the way up top to Rothstein. Rothstein cuts around one defender, finds a bit of an opening, and her shot is deflected just wide. But Brookline couldn't chase it down out the back as Campbell gets there first and is going to be trying to take it out herself. Draws a foul. Hawkins got a little too over-aggressive on the forward pressure there, and so Campbell going to have a bit of space to move. Throws a pass, misses her target, but it is scooped up by number 3, Lily McNulty. And now another foul out the back as Brookline again trying to put in that forward pressure. McNulty running with it. Still running. And we got a foul. And another foul drawn by McNulty. Floats a pass, finds Abby McDonald. McDonald's pass is deflected and stolen. Good defense there by Rothstein as she passes it back to Crane. Crane looking around. Throws a pass up to Riley Lackey, who gets it up to Birdie Hawkins. Hawkins hit from behind, and that's going to be a foul. Hawkins still running with it, looking for an opening on transition, and another foul called, but Hawkins just runs through it, passes up, finds her target, and we got another foul called as they got a little too physical defending Clara Tebow. Tebow now running it out the back, passes it behind the net to Priscilla Hill. Now around the horn they go. This is Tien. Tien tries a pass inside. It's deflected and stolen away. Good defense there by number 5, Isla Wablin. Couple passes and it's back to Nicole McDonald. McDonald's got 2 goals already as she sends this one out behind the net. Around the horn they go. McDonald's coming around with the ball. Pass goes up to McNulty. And now they continue to work it around. McDonald approaching. Passes out. Now pass back to McDonald, cutting across. Ball's knocked loose, but not cleanly. They call the foul. So it'll be another free position chance for Nicole McDonald. Charging in, and the ball's knocked loose. Great defense by Brookline there. That was Charlotte Smith. Who disrupted what could have been a prime scoring chance for Nicole McDonald. And now Smith going to move it in transition. Smith running with it, throws a pass up, finds her target, cutting in is Tien, and Tien finishes. Maggie Tien, the 3rd different goal scorer for Brookline, and they make it a 5-3 game. And a great play started by number 11, Charlotte Smith, a big defensive play. Then great transition movement. And found Tien for the score. Back to the draw circle. And up in the air it goes, and after a bounce, going to be scooped up by Abby McDonald. McDonald throws a pass up to, I believe, Nicole McDonald. Back to Abby, charges in. Shot might have missed off the post, might have been deflected. Either way, Brookline stops it. Crane holding it behind the net, looking for an outlet pass. Gets one out to number 6, Sophia Liu. Liu running with it and draws a foul. Quick pass back to Crane. Crane throws one up to Charlotte Smith. Smith running with it, throws a pass up, gets away from Sylvie Costant-Greeley, and it's going to be a fight for the ball, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Brookline. But then they came off of that too fast, and so I guess an inbound violation gives it back to KP. That ball is knocked loose, though, by Brookline's defense, and it is almost scooped up by Brookline. And then I think we got a foul call against KP that's going to give it to Brookline. Tien running with it. Tien weaves around a defender still moving into the attack zone. Pass goes over to Hawkins. Hawkins spins, approaches, weaving, jukes, fires, saved by Campbell. Emily Campbell's had a number of big saves for KP already. As Sierra King running it up for King Philip. Pass almost gets away, but is recovered by Nicole McDonald. McDonald floats a pass over. Now it's sent out, and KP settles down and starts working it around. Pass goes over to number 7, Sarah Brown. And now out to Mackenzie McDevitt. McDevitt has 1 goal already today. Trying to fight her way through and runs into one of Brookline's defensive players, and I think they called that an offensive foul. So Brookline going to take this one back. Costant-Greeley running with it. Pass misses, but a foul is called, and it will stay with Brookline. Pass almost disrupted, but they call the foul again. Now the pass goes back to Riley Lackey and across to Karain. Karain sends a long one. It goes over Tien's head and out of bounds. Again, Brookline struggling a little bit with those outlet passes, trying to get it out of their own end. As Brown now moving with it, throws a pass up to McDonald. McDonald sends one up, trying to charge through, nothing doing, but another offensive foul, as I believe that was number 11, Emily Heslin, trying to make the approach. And again, the pass sails for Brookline, and it's going to sail out of bounds. The transition game proving to be a struggle for Brookline so far today, as we got a foul called against Brookline that time. KP still working in transition. And now in the attack end, King Philip starts working it around. Nicole McDonald over to Abby McDonald, now up to McDevitt. McDevitt starts to approach, tries to get around a defender. Nothing there, and she just has to pass it out behind the net. That is Brown sending it across. Now out to McNulty. McNulty approaching. Walled off, nowhere to go, and retreats and resets with McDevitt. Now across to McDonald. McDonald trying to go around a pick. Nowhere to go. Ball's knocked loose and scooped up. It's Charlotte Smith again with another forced takeaway. Smith throws it up to an open Clara Tebow, but she couldn't collect the pass cleanly, and it's taken away by Campbell. Now sprinting it up in transition. This is Wablin. Pass over to Cloutier. Cloutier throws a pass up, finds McNulty. McNulty cuts across, fires a shot, but We've got a foul called before the shot, so even though I think the shot actually went in, it does not count, and McNulty is going to operate out of the free position instead. Charging in, McNulty shoots, misses. Quick rebound, though, and a quick pass just misses its target. A little too high, I believe, for McDevitt, and it is recovered by Brookline. Fighting her way out of a swarm of KP defenders was Maggie Tien. And now we got a whistle, and that is, I believe, going to be halftime. So our score at half, the King Philip Warriors 5, the Brookline Warriors 3. A hard-fought defensive match thus far, just one player on either side with multiple goals, as Nicole McDonald leads all scorers for King Philip with 2 goals, and then one apiece from Alyssa Laguerre, Abby MacDonald, and Mackenzie McDevitt. For Brookline, 1 goal each from Abby Cooney, Birdie Hawkins, and Maggie Tien. So during this halftime intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number has remained steadily high ever since. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight against hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the Food Pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online to brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help the Brookline Food Pantry to feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, as always, you can find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight down in the description section of the video down below. You'll be able to see the link to the website and the phone number I just gave for the Brookline Food Pantry. But for now, we are at half. King Philip 5, Brookline 3. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan at Downs Field. I'm going to take a break off the mic, but I will be back with the second half of this game. Stay tuned. Hello again, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, bringing you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls lacrosse contest between the visiting King Philip High School Warriors and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. As we get ready for the start of the second half, the visitors from King Philip holding a slight lead of 5-3, led by 2 scores from Nicole McDonald and 1 each from Alyssa Laguerre, Abby McDonald, and Mackenzie McDevitt. While for Brookline, the scores coming so far from Abby Cooney, Birdie Hawkins, and Maggie Tien. Some strong defensive play on both sides so far as we get ready for the draw, and this time for Brookline, Charlotte Smith taking the draw after Abby Cooney took every draw in the first half for Brookline. Up in the air it goes. It ricochets back and forth like a pinball. Still loose and ultimately scooped up by Smith. Brookline gets the opening possession of the second half as Smith floats a pass over to Riley Lackey. Lackey running it across midfield in transition, racing it up to the attack area, and floating a pass up behind the net. As she retreats, her job in transition is done. Maggie Tien, holding it behind the net, was looking for a pass to Faith Rothstein, but it wasn't there. So instead, Brookline resets at the top as Birdie Hawkins floats a pass over to Smith. Smith's pass gets away from Clara Tebow, and now it's a fight for the ball, won by King Philip. And those dropped passes have been the bane of Brookline's existence so far in this game. And now KP running it up in transition. But it's knocked loose. Birdie Hawkins knocked it loose. Oh, but either she lost it out of bounds or there was a foul. Either way, it stays with KP. Working it around, this is Laguerre. Setting it up top to Sammy Cloutier. Now over to McDevitt, and now around the horn they go. Sarah Brown sends it over to Laguerre, now to Abby McDonald, up top to Cloutier, to McDevitt, and now I believe to Nicole McDonald. Starts to approach, hits a wall, retreats, floats a pass inside. It's knocked loose, but I think they're going to say not cleanly, and so this is going to be a free position chance for Abby McDonald. She's got 1 goal already. Charges in, fires a shot, and it's in. Abby McDonald, just the second multi-goal scorer from either team so far today, as she's now got her second. So King Philip re-extends their lead up to 3. That is definitely not how Brookline wanted to start this second half, as they now get ready to take the draw. Abby Cooney back on the draw for Brookline. McDevitt taking it for King Philip. Up in the air it goes, and it's going to be into open space for Cloutier. Cloutier racing, still racing. Long shot is saved by Karain, but the rebound is controlled by Laguerre. Now around the horn it goes, up top to McDevitt, and now over to Cloutier and back to McDevitt. Around behind the net. Over to Laguerre, and now out to McDonald. Now across to Cloutier. And they continue to work it around the horn. Brown to McDonald. Up top to McDevitt. Still working it around, looking for their openings. As back up top, and they continue to work it around. Taking their time with this possession. They do have a 3-goal lead here, so taking their time on their offensive possession can be very beneficial for King Philip in this situation. Around it goes. Now Sarah Brown trying to approach out the back. Ran out of room, passed it out to Laguerre. Now quick pass to McDonald. McDonald cuts through, tries a shot, and it's in. Nicole McDonald fights her way through the defense and nets her 3rd goal of the game. And King Philip now has the biggest lead so far today at 7-3. Nicole McDonald once again with sole leadership in scoring with 3 goals. In the draw circle, we've got a new draw taker for Brookline. This is Maggie Tien. And the draw again goes right to the basket of Sammy Cloutier. Cloutier throws a quick pass up to Laguerre, and Laguerre tried a tricky shot but missed wide. It was a very complicated angle to try and shoot from, and she just couldn't quite put it home. But King Philip maintains possession. Bounce pass gets to Cloutier. Now with the ball. Oh, they've got it around the back now with Brown. Now passing it around, trying to pass into a cutting McDonald, and Abby McDonald puts it home. King Philip starting to run away with it here as they've scored 3 unanswered goals to start the second half. And Nicole McDonald and Abby McDonald with 3 goals each. Tien back in the draw circle for Brookline. Up in the air, it's being chased after, scooped up by Smith. Passed back now to Cooney. Cooney floats one up to a wide open Faith Rothstein. Rothstein rushes it into the attack area and floats a pass over to Hawkins. Hawkins spinning, looking around, being chased by a couple of defenders, and she draws a foul. Hawkins now looking around, floats a pass to a cutting Rothstein, and Rothstein finishes top shelf. A great catch and shoot by Faith Rothstein. Those who watched her in the winter season know that the catch and shoot was her specialty on the basketball court, and apparently it is out here on the lacrosse field as well. Nice pass from Birdie Hawkins for the assist, and a great catch and shoot by Rothstein for Brookline's first score of the second half. That breaks King Philip's scoring run, but Brookline is going to need a lot more than that to get back in this game. Draws up in the air and almost snagged by Smith, and off the bounce, Smith does take it. Smith racing it in transition. Still racing, trying to force her way through, throws a pass, gets away from Rothstein, but it is going to stay with Brookline, as I believe it was Piper Kelly that had it covered out the back. Now this is Hawkins around the back, trying to sneak in, lost the ball. It's going to be chased down and recovered by number 7, Julia Janowski. As it looks like we got a whistle for another foul. Janowski. Pass misses Hawkins. But it must have been deflected or something. They're going to say it stays with Brookline. Hawkins trying to move out the back. Nowhere to go. She gives it out to Tien. Tien coming across. Spins. Fakes her defender out her shoes. And finishes! Maggie Tien with her second goal of the day. And Brookline comes back within 3. And how about the nifty spin move by Maggie Tien? Eight to 5, now the score in favor of King Philip. As this draw does not get a lot of height, but it is taken off the bounce by Charlotte Smith. That is her 3rd straight pickup on the draw. And Smith racing it upfield, hits a wall, pulls back and gives to Rothstein. Rothstein now cutting across, looking for somewhere to go. Tries to pass to a cutting Hawkins, but it's broken up, scooped up on the ground ball by Janowski and passed out to Hawkins. Now outside to Cooney, across to Rothstein, and now over to Smith. Smith up top to Rothstein. Rothstein sends it over to Hawkins. Hawkins looking around and draws a foul. Hawkins moves, tries to spin, but hits a wall pass, too much traffic, fight for the ball, and they're going to give it to KP. So Brookline unable to capitalize on a 3rd straight possession. As now King Philip going to be running in transition. Ball is lost. They lost the ball, and they're fighting for the loose ball, but a foul called against Brookline. They're going to give it back to King Philip. I believe this is McNulty running with it for KP. McNulty still going and gets it into the attack area for King Philip and sends it up to McDevitt. Round the horn they go, but oh, I think they put they got called for too many players in the attack area because McNulty had to go back across that line after bringing it in transition, and I guess they didn't time it right, sort of similar to an offsides in hockey, I guess. As she just didn't, is either she didn't get back in time or another player came forward too fast. And so Brookline gets a bit of a chance here. This is Lackey running it up. Pass up to Janowski. Janowski up to Hawkins. Hawkins spins, running through, looking around, nowhere to go, and she resets the play. Pass over to Cooney. Now out back to Kelly. Quick pass inside to Rothstein, and it's walled off by Campbell. Point blank save by the King Philip netminder. Campbell has made a number of nice saves for King Philip today. And so now this is Wablin running it in transition. Still moving. And it looks like she is going to get it into the attack end. Pass goes up to Sarah Brown. Now around the horn as a bit of sun starts to peek through at this overcast Downs field. Nicole McDonald with the ball. She's got 3 goals already as she flips it. Approaching now, I believe, is McDevitt. McDevitt trying to force her way through, lost the ball, but it is a foul. So free position chance now for McDevitt. She's got 1 goal today. Charging in, shot is in. Free position again, working well for King Philip. As they go back up by 4, Mackenzie McDevitt with her 2nd goal of the day. And it looks like we got a timeout called. Goal scorers so far today: Nicole McDonald and Abby MacDonald leading the way for King Philip with 3 goals apiece. Mackenzie McDevitt with 2. And Alyssa Laguerre with 1. For Brookline, meanwhile, 2 goals from Maggie Tien and 1 each from Birdie Hawkins, Faith Rothstein, and Abby Cooney. But you see how important it is being able to capitalize on those free position chances. Brookline was denied on a couple of those chances in the first half. And you can see how it can make all the difference, because if those 2 missed chances go the other way, then this could be a completely different score. But you'll also see how important it is being able to connect on your passes, not just in the transition game, but also in trying to find an opening on the inside where you can more consistently draw those penalties and draw those free position chances. And for as hard as Brookline has fought today, King Philip has really been much crisper in their execution thus far, and it's shown in the scoreboard. So out of the timeout, back to the draw circle we go. Looks like it's going to be Abby Cooney against Sammy Cloutier. I think this is going to be Cloutier's first time on the draw so far today for King Philip. Draw goes straight up in the air, and it's scooped up by Smith. Smith has been very strong on recovering these draws so far today as she rushes it into the attack area, passes to a cutting Tien, and Tien draws a foul. So now Maggie Tien will be operating out of the free position. Charges in, tries to cut back, awkward shot, skips wide, and the ball is going to go back to King Philip. So another missed chance out of the free position, as King Philip has just been crashing on those so fast, and Brookline hasn't been able to capitalize. Abby McDonald with a pass over to Alyssa Laguerre, and Laguerre puts it in. Very fast coast-to-coast transition by King Philip, and they are now back up by 5. And Alyssa Laguerre with her second score of the day. So all the goal scorers for King Philip have netted at least 2 goals today. Alyssa Laguerre and Mackenzie McDevitt with 2 each. Nicole McDonald and Abby MacDonald with 3 each. As we head back to the draw circle. This draw up in the air, it's knocked down, race to the ball, scooped up by Smith. Again, Smith strong on the draw controls as she flips it over to Cooney, and now up to Rothstein. Rothstein looking around for a passing option. She sends it around. Tien passes over to Cooney and up top to Rothstein. Rothstein now gives it over to Smith. Smith starts to approach, throws a pass up to Rothstein. Quick turnaround and a quick score. Faith Rothstein with her second goal of the day thus far. And Brookline now trails by 4. Nice assist from Charlotte Smith, and again, that catch and shoot, that's Rothstein's move right there. Ten to 6 the score. King Philip leads here in the second half. And this draw is going to be scooped up by Abby McDonald. McDonald runs it into the attack area, floats a pass up, gets to Sarah Brown. And around the back it goes. Up top to McDevitt. And now over to Cloutier. And around the horn they go. McDonald to Brown. And they keep working it around. Again, when you've got a multi-goal lead like this, I mean, this is, you know, you don't have to rush anything. You know, the clock is on your side in this instance as Laguerre starts to cut in, fires a long shot, and it's stopped by Crane. Crane, outlet pass. Running with it now is number 3, Sydney Bueno. Passes it back to Lackey and then back to Crane. Crane walking it up. Pass up the middle is juggled and lost, and it's going to be scooped up by Nicole McDonald. McDonald now rushing in and setting up another offensive possession for KP. Again, the transition game has been tough for Brookline today, as McDevitt recovers that pass. Now given to McDonald and back to McDevitt. McDevitt looking for an opening, not there. Pass is sent over to Laguerre. Laguerre looking for an opening, finds the corner, shoots, walled off by Karain. So a couple of nice saves in consecutive possessions by Kaylin Karain. As now Brookline tries to move upfield. This pass goes up to Costant Greeley. Costant Greeley is going to throw it up, find her target. As running it now, I believe, is Clara Thibault. Pass bounced over to Rothstein. Rothstein floats it up the top to Smith. Now to Cooney. Now over to Piper Kelly. Now to the back to Hawkins. Hawkins trying to force her way through and draws a foul. Hawkins off the penalty, going to try and facilitate things from the top, gives it over to Tien. Tien looking around, cuts across to the top. Now looking and throws a pass over to Thibault, now over to Smith, and around the back they go. Hawkins holding it behind the net. Surveying her options as she comes out the back, tries to pass, finds Smith. Smith is walled by Campbell. Emily Campbell has been a wall for KP so far today. She's been having a fantastic day in net. As now McNulty runs it in transition, and it's going to stay with KP. McNulty throws a pass up to Brown. And McNulty tells her teammate to wait. She remembers that too many players in the attack area violation they had earlier this game, as that pass recovered by MacDonald, given over to Cloutier. And around the horn they continue to work it. Now approaching, hitting a wall. Pass goes over to Cloutier. Cloutier tries to approach, nothing there. Pass goes over to McDonald, and now to Laguerre. Now a pass inside finds its target, but the shot misses wide. It is recovered by KP, and they keep the ball, but now this pass getting away. They do keep it in bounds, and McDonald recovers it. McDevitt starts to approach, hits a wall, passes away. Now this is McDonald getting smothered by the defense and having to retreat. Pass to McDevitt. Flipped over to McDonald. McDonald to McDevitt. McDevitt cutting her way through, fires a shot. Either missed wide or was saved by Karain. Either way, that ball is going to roll out of bounds. It's going to stay with KP. Pass floated up to MacDonald. Now to Cloutier. To Brown. And around they go. Attempted approach by McDevitt, not there. Passes it away to Brown. Brown back out to McDevitt, and they start working it around. MacDonald tries to approach, nothing there, passes away to McDevitt. Around the back they go. Pass goes back. And it goes past too much traffic, but it is again recovered, this time by Cloutier. KP continues to maintain possession. Brown looking for somewhere to go. Pass is knocked down by Corain, but the loose ball still being fought for and ultimately scooped up by Brookline. That's Maggie Tian picking up that ground ball. Tian still running in transition, still running. She's got a bit of an opening, charging, lost the ball, I think. And it's going to be scooped up by Campbell. And now Wablin lost the ball, but a foul is called. Wablin running with it. Target. Now a pass from down on the ground. Gets its way to Brown. Brown's pass disrupted, but it is still recovered by KP. Oh, but it was out of bounds. And so it's going to be taken by Brookline. Sophia Liu. Running it up. Pass is floated, gets away from Costant Greeley, and is going to be taken by Cloutier. Cloutier, pass across. Finds McDonald. McDonald has the ball knocked away by Smith. And now they're fighting for that ground ball. And off the whistle, I'm not sure who's going to have the ball. It's going to be KP. KP, errant pass. And now it's going to be taken by Brookline. Bueno passes it up to Hawkins. Hawkins gonna run it upfield into the attack area. Gonna try and spin and ultimately flip it up top to Cooney. And back to Hawkins. And back to Cooney. Cooney looking for an opening. It's not there. Resets up top with Hawkins. Passing back and forth. Ball now with Smith and to Hawkins. Hawkins trying to approach. It's not there. She cuts back the other way. Tries to sneak her way through and misses the shot wide. It's going to stay with Brookline. Tian out to Rothstein. Rothstein starts cutting across, looking for a pass. It's not there. Throws it to Tian, and Tian gets fouled. Probably a bit far for a free position goal here, but we'll see what Tian decides to do. Tian starts to charge, weaves through, weaves across, shot skips in. Three goals now for Maggie Tian today. I said it might be a bit too far of a distance for a free position goal, but I should not underestimate the footwork of Maggie Tian, as she's had a couple of really nice jukes and spin moves to fake out her defenders and create those openings, as she now leads all Brookline scorers with 3 goals. 10-7, the King Philip lead. The draw flies down towards the Brookline end. And we got a whistle against Brookline. It's going to be KP ball. Laguerre lost the ball but recovered it. Laguerre racing with it, just McDevitt, but nothing there. Passes out to Cloutier. Now around the horn, King Philip works it. KP still with a 3-goal lead here on the road. As they continue to work it around the horn, ball is lost but recovered by McDonald. And now out to McDevitt. McDevitt running across and just passes out back to Brown. Across the back. Now pass out to, I believe, Laguerre. That pass walled off and stolen by Cooney. Great defense there. Cooney running it in transit. Well, that is going to wrap things up here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Remember, if you enjoyed today's live stream, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I'll have another Brookline High Girls Lacrosse contest back here on Thursday, as I believe Brookline will be playing host to the Wellesley High Raiders that day at 4 o'clock. And then Saturday we have a morning game, 10 a.m. back here at Downs Field against the Boston Latin School Wolfpack. And then next Thursday we got another home game here at Downs against the Wildcats of Weymouth High School. But for this live stream, that is going to wrap things up. Thank you all for watching. Remember, you can go into the description section of the video down below to find the link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. Find out how you can help to feed your community. And if you check out the bottom right corner of your screen, you can see first off the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. Find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Me directly with any questions you may have. And then below that, the URL to my Instagram account, instagram.com/jgms88. Follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that is going to do it. From Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, the final score, King Philip 10, Brookline 7. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day.